Worse than before.
Are you gonna?
Not yet. Ready? Take away the lyrics.
No? Still no, Courtney?
He's gone. She'll be back. I should do this for karaoke.
Yes. It's like thunder, lightning. The way you love me is frightening. I said knock, knock, almost, baby.
Hello.
Hello.
What? Hold on. Sorry, go ahead and talk.
Now?
Yay! You did it!
I know what it was.
What was
it?
I did a boo-boo. I had
What'd
my mic set up. I had my mic set up for the headphone mic.
Uh-huh.
Yay.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear the song I was playing at all?
No.
Yep. Take two.
Okay. Well, here.
It's like thunder, lightning. The way lightning, knock, almost. She's like, no.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Fantastic.
But I do have an idea for another episode. We should totally do a lip sync battle.
I just was thinking the same thing. Great idea. What's happening? My hair won't stay up. Okay. I love it.
Totally.
Look at this guy. Who are you? Why are you there?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you?
So you know, but hold on. My hair is in a ponytail. Look at all of my hair. What is this guy? Where'd you come from? Where'd you
come from? Where'd you go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
What is this shadow bothersome?
No.
No, just do.
So every now and then
okay.
I'd be like, no. Okay.
That's good. It's great. It's great. Are you ready? I've been recording this whole time because I thought Mom and I love singing was great. So
oh, shoot.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I've been recording the whole time. Great.
Here we go. Let's just go ahead. I'm going to retext that picture because it's so far back in our chat now. So we have this up. And then we will go ahead and start our episode for tonight. So here we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next episode of the Wayward Lasses All the Things podcast. I'm your host and seems like permanent host, Brittany, joined by my mother, Amy.
Well, hello, everyone.
And my sister, Courtney.
Hello, sister.
Hello, sister. All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about a post my mom found. It's called 12 Steps for Self-Care. We're going to cover 6 of them today, kind of give you our opinions on them, maybe some life experiences. And then next episode, we'll go over the rest of the 6. But before we start today's episode, we are going to go ahead and get that trivia going. And Mom has some trivia about potpourris. Go ahead, Mother.
Yes, potpourris indeed. All right, folks. I'll give you 7, all right?
7. All
Number
right.
1. What do we call a newly hatched butterfly? A moth, a butter, a caterpillar, A chrysalis.
Chrysalis.
D. Chrysalis.
What? What?
That. Oh, is it me?
It's a caterpillar.
No, that is wrong. That question is worded wrongly. A newly hatched butterfly is not a caterpillar.
A newly hatched butterfly was a
It's a-
caterpillar.
No. Oh,
No,
wait.
this
Can you
is-
repeat the question?
Mm-mm.
Something wrong happened here.
If it's hatched into a butterfly, it is a chrysalis.
Please repeat the question.
What do we call a newly hatched butterfly?
No,
A
that is
butterfly.
misleading. Butterfly. It's a misleading question.
Oh,
Just right.
well, I'm sorry.
It should have been what was the butterfly before it hatched?
All right.
Crying already.
Number 2. In total, how many novels were written by the Bronte sisters?
I don't even know who that is. Can I get one book written by them? Do you have that?
Little Women?
Oh,
I was gonna
God.
Come on,
no,
didn't you
Little
read that in
Women.
school?
No.
12.
Really?
I didn't.
I'm
5.
feeling the number 12.
Oh, I'm sorry. A 4, B 5, C 6, D 7,
5. I'm going with 5. 5.
D 7. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're doing really good here. All right, number 3. What did Viking people use as money? A. Rune stones. B. Jewelry. C. Sealskins. D. Wool.
Wool. Or sealskins.
B. Jewelry.
Oh, we suck today. I think Mom just looked for the questions that we would never guess right as payback for all of the lyric songs.
Okay, next
No,
episode we're doing
no.
a lyric one.
Oh,
Oh, hold on, pause.
I hear animals.
I remember one
Well-
of mine. Oh,
Oh, well, some DoorDash is here. My dog is barking. I apologize. Continue, mother.
all right. What was the first country to use tanks in combat during World War I? A. France. B. Japan. C. Britain. D. Germany.
Germany.
No, that was World War II.
Britain.
Britain, eh?
France.
C. Britain.
Whatever.
We're almost
Couldn't
done
even
here.
either of them.
What is the main component of the sun? A. Liquid
Gas.
lava.
Gas.
B. Gas. C. Molten rock. C. Molten iron. D. Rock.
I'm going to say gas.
Cool.
Can you repeat the question, please?
What is the main component of the sun?
That's
Liquid
just the top
lava.
layer. That's
Gas.
Lava is
Molten
the top layer.
iron. Rock.
Wow, that's thunder in the background. I don't know if that's coming through. Liquid lava.
Gas.
Gas. 2 more.
These questions. Jesus.
Goulash is a type of beef soup in which country? Czech
Alaska.
Republic, Hungary, Slovakia, Ireland. Alaska's not a country.
I got it.
There is Hungarian beef goulash. There is Polish goulash. Not sure if there's a Russian goulash, but I'm gonna say Hungary.
Yeah, me too.
Yay, you
sport.
guys got one right.
What's
All right.
goulash? I thought it was a
Goulash.
sport.
Goulash. It's like a beef stew.
Shoot, we just said it's a type of beef soup. Soup.
Thank you for the
No problem.
clarification.
All right, last question. Which 2 months are named after emperors of the Roman Empire? January and February. There's 2.
January and February.
March and April, May and June, July and August.
Wait, no, it's July and August. Wait,
July and August. Julius and Augustus.
yeah, that one.
Yay! Congratulations,
I know
ladies.
something.
Y'all done it.
Great job, sister.
Sister knows
I
things.
loved it.
Next week, we're doing music trivia and finish the lyrics.
If you do it from the 70s, I will lose.
No, we're doing the 70s because Mom clearly knows the 70s. So we gotta give her a chance. You knew that song and Courtney didn't.
Guys, talk. You know that song, and Courtney didn't.
Well,
There are just some things I had never listened to.
Just
There
don't,
are
like-
just some things.
just don't understand how this is where. Okay. Anywho, let's get started.
All right.
12 steps for self-care. Mother, would you like to let us know what the first step for self-care is?
I will like to let you guys know, or would, the first step. If it feels wrong, don't do it. What happened?
I'm like crying. I'm crying again. Okay, so from my experience, I would say I do not follow. Okay, if it's regarding self-care, I would probably listen to myself. Like, it feels wrong to work out today. Go for it, girl. Don't work out today. It feels wrong to not eat this cheeseburger and break the diet. You're right, mind. Go ahead and eat that cheeseburger. So I can see, how it goes with that. But in life in general, sometimes if I see things that are a challenge, I will challenge myself to conquer them. Hence, I went down a slip and slide on July 4th weekend, and it felt wrong, but other people did it, so I did it. And I hurt myself
That's
very
peer
badly.
pressure.
It's not peer pressure. No one said, Brittany, you have to do this.
No, it doesn't have to be spoken.
Interesting. Topic for another day.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What do you think, Court?
I would say, I think it depends on where the wrong feeling is coming from. So, does it feel wrong because you have some kind of fear or anxiety or a negative past experience and you just don't want to push forward? Or does it feel wrong like it's your gut instinct and it's not something you should do? Like, when I wake up in the morning, sometimes it feels wrong to get out of bed. It's like I should just stay there. But, I have to push past that and get out of bed. So I would say, I think what this is talking about, though, I would agree with. I feel like if something just instinctually feels wrong, then yes, you shouldn't do it. Or I would at least say counsel with somebody, talk to somebody about it before you make that decision.
But okay, in the realms of self-care, I can easily see this happening. You're like, I should work out. You haven't worked out in a while. Yeah. And you're like,
You speaking to somebody?
I don't know. Who did I point to? I don't know who I pointed to there. But like, if your body in the back of your head is like, this feels wrong. It's like, you're right. You're just so right. So I feel like also, if this is about self-care, whether it's working out, dieting, or doing something that helps you, maybe if it feels wrong, you should do some deep thinking and make sure it's not just you trying to push, be old you and make excuses, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think you have to make the distinction between feeling wrong and feeling good. This might not feel good, but it's the right thing to do, versus something that just feels wrong. I think there's probably a difference there,
Yeah. Mom?
Oh my God, you guys said a lot. It's like, yes, I agreed with you. Yes, I agreed with you. Oh my God. And then in trying to keep up with I'm going to listen and take in what you guys are saying instead of trying to formulate a response, I'm just going to answer, I agree with it.
Tally ho! It's
No.
On to the next, right?
Okay, number 2. Say exactly what you mean.
Yes.
Yes, and why is that, Courtney?
For example.
Oh, no.
Many times, let's say with my significant other, I dance around a subject instead of just saying what I mean. and like, wow, nobody's vacuumed in a while, versus could you do me a favor and run the vacuum? One, it makes me sound less snarky. Two, I think self-care wise, it's less stress. Isn't it just easier to just say, hey, can you just run the vacuum for me? Versus, wow, no one's vacuumed, or being indirect and then getting flustered or stressed out or annoyed when he doesn't pick up the hit. So that's just one example, I feel like, in many. But I think, like I said, self-care wise, it's good to be direct, but with gentleness. I don't think we have to be rude about it. I think that there's a way to be direct without being impolite. So that's my 2 cents.
Mom, you go first so I don't say anything else that you might want to
Brittany's
say.
going to be like, I agree.
I was just going to say, I agree. Now, I think when I think about the two sexes, men and, well,
Uh-oh.
okay, all right, let's not go there. When I think...
Hot topic, pause, restart.
All right, let's just go back to basics, men and women. I think from my experience, what I've seen is a lot of times women will dance around the topic or dance around, something in the hopes that their significant other will get what they're saying or get what they're getting at, right? When in reality, I've seen this many times happen. Men are not mind readers. I think they're just very, what's the word? Lateral, single task, linear. Thank you. They're very linear. So they,
I don't think you should open it back up, though. I think you should keep it same distance.
They're very linear. They're not mind readers. So it's not that I'm not giving them credit. It's just the way that men are built. So I think a lot of times in terms of self-care, when it comes to a relationship with your significant other, specifically when your significant other is a man, I think you're setting yourself up for disappointment because oftentimes they don't get that hint. Well, you didn't say that you wanted me to vacuum. You just said, wow, it hasn't been vacuumed in a long time. That doesn't mean, David, go vacuum, right? So in this instance, I say exactly what you mean is, I agree with that 100%. Brittany, you're up.
So I have time to think about this one now because I waited. I think I'm different than the two of you because I always say exactly what I mean before I even think about it. Like if something happens, I'm just like, excuse me, what? Did you mean to do it this way? Or did you mean to say this? And it gets me in trouble a lot. And you guys have both experienced this where someone will say something to me and I immediately pop off and I'm like, come again? This is exactly what I'm needing right now. So there's a caveat to this of like for me, if I look at this, I need to take it as, yeah, say exactly what you mean, but check your tone and your intentions before you say it. But yeah, I think I'm a little bit different in that sense because I don't think I really hop around something. If I'm upset, I'm gonna let you know immediately. And it might start with like a, how was your evening? Oh, ask me about mine. Well, this is everything I did, But another side, like story to this about, guys being linear, you're so correct. It's funny. We're watching a TV show called The Terminalist, and there is this scene in an episode where he calls this man his uncle. They're very close family friends. Something happens, yada, 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 and the wife comes in and she's basically just like, because of your actions, don't ever come back. And he goes, and she walks away and I'd be like, excuse me, come back. Let's talk about this. Why are you saying this to me? And like, they're just like, okay. Like they can take a comment and be like, I'm going to process it. Done. Whereas I feel like if it was, she said it to a girl or one of us,
I'd be all over you. Yeah.
Why? What happened? Can you please explain? Can we talk about this?
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts on that topic.
Well, all right then. All right. Number 3, don't be a people pleaser. Steps for self-care.
My comment on this, I'll go first this time, is I spent a good portion of my life pleasing other people. And especially as a teacher, I would always take on tasks for other people because I wanted to help them out. And I would always keep saying yes. But as my old principal once told me, she always said, make sure you fill your bucket. I thought that was the strangest thing. at first, but when you think about it, you have a bucket, it needs to be full. And when you keep doing other things for other people, you're poking holes in it and it's leaking out, or you're pouring out of your bucket. You have to remember to fill back your own bucket and make sure your bucket is full. So, in terms of self care, it is definitely important to, instead of expending all of your time helping everybody out and pleasing other people, to take the time and fill your bucket and take care of yourself. I always say you can't love somebody else until you learn to love yourself. Same thing. And this sounds wrong, but I don't want to say like, you can't please other people until you please yourself. But very well. But it makes perfect sense. You can't spend all of your time expending your energy towards other people if you're not spending any time for yourself. For example, for self-care, if you're gonna spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour working for somebody else or helping their situation out because they need it, and you could have been using that time to either meditate, journal, read a book, work out, meal prep for the week, you're losing time to care for yourself. So I would say in terms of that, yeah, always take the time to care for yourself first before you start expending everything to everybody else.
Agreed.
Courtney.
When I think of people pleasing, in my experience, it often comes down to trying to keep the peace. So I'm just using this as an example. On Christmas, I'm going to go to this house, this house, this house, this house because I don't want to make anybody upset because I want to keep the peace. So I'm people pleasing in that I'm going to do what others expect of me and others want of me, so that nobody gets upset, nobody gets frustrated with me, and everybody is happy. I don't want to be the reason. I don't want to be, the reason that somebody gets upset. However, I have learned in life that that is like a false peace because number one, if there's conflict, I can't make it to everybody's house, and I'm going to go ahead and try to make it to everybody's house. Who's the person who ends up stressed out?
Yep.
Me.
Yep.
I don't enjoy my Christmas. I don't get to, make those memories because I'm so worried about making sure that everybody else is happy with my decisions for that day. So I would just say people pleasing for me, if you find yourself people pleasing to try to avoid conflict or just keep everybody happy, consider maybe that you're not necessarily keeping real peace. You have a false peace because while others may be content, you are stressed out and being ripped apart inside. So I think it's super important for self care, just like Brittany said, to care for yourself, but also draw boundaries. I think it's perfectly okay to say, you know what, I'm only going to this house on Christmas. Sorry, everybody, we just don't want to run around. Next Christmas, we'll come to your house. Yes, people might get upset, but they'll get over it. So
Mm-hmm.
just my thoughts. Mom, how about you?
So when we originally talked about it, yes, I looked at it from your perspective, Court. But now that I'm reading this again, what I'm actually looking at this in terms of self care is, don't be a people pleaser. In other words, don't continue to do things because you're always looking to please somebody. That's what your goal is. I'm going to do this because I just want to make you happy. I'm gonna I'm gonna do that for you, or there's a line that you draw if it makes you happy as well. But if you're only doing something for somebody because it makes them happy, like you're always looking for that what's the word I'm looking for?
It's like an
Um,
affirmation, like you're just
yeah,
doing it to get affirmed
yeah.
in yourself.
If you're looking for it in others, then I think that's a very dangerous place to be. So I looked at it from that perspective, and definitely you can't be a people pleaser when it comes to looking at it from that perspective.
And coming from that perspective, I think if that's how you approach life, that's a pretty strong indication that you have some inner
Deep
work to
issues.
do. If
Yeah.
you're looking for people to give you that affirmation and that security in and of yourself, yeah, I would say listen
My,
to episodes 1 through 10.
right? Back to what you were saying though, we've talked about this before because always going to New York was an issue when you guys all lived up there, and then now when we live when hello you guys live in Raleigh for a while, like when Pow Pow was still in where he used to be, it was like okay. He lives like an hour away. You're like 40. Actually, you're like an hour from mom. How far are you from mom? 45
I'm
minutes.
40
Yeah.
minutes from mom. Yeah.
Okay, so it was like, okay, if we're gonna come up to Raleigh for 2 days, like a night and a day, and leave the next day, it's okay. I want to see everybody, And if I don't see this person, I don't want them to get upset. So this time we're going to have to stay at this person's house. And this time we're going to have to visit between all. It was very, very stressful until I think we had this conversation. And finally, I was like, this time I'm going to stay at Palpo's. If you want to come see me, I'm going to be here. But it was. And for a while, because I did want to see everybody. I wanted to make everybody happy. But you're right. At the same time, if we're coming to visit and you're trying to, share love and see family, if you're spending the whole time stressing out about all that, was that time even like worth it? Because then it makes it, every time you do that trip, it makes it like, oh my gosh, this is not even a vacation. This is going to be freaking going here to there, high stress, making sure we can get to this person at this time. If we had to bring Sky, like, will this person allow Sky in the house? So yeah, great point to bring up.
Yeah. And I think that ties directly in with one of the other points that we made, which was be direct when you speak.
Say what you mean.
Because in that case, if you were to tell everybody, yeah, I'm coming to see everybody, and then just didn't, then that's a problem. But if you directly say, we're not going to, exactly what you said, I'm going to this house. If you see me, you see me. If not, next time we come, we'll come to your house. Being just very direct and not leaving anything to question or chance, which I will say in our family still doesn't seem to work, because everybody still has their own different idea as to what happened, what transpired in the conversation. You have to start recording the conversation and then posting it in the family chat as a record. This was the conversation.
Yes. All right, Mother, next one.
Yeah, we beat that one, huh? All right. Number 4, trust your instincts.
Mom, you should go first.
Agreed.
Okay. I think it's that sixth sense. I think a lot of when I think of this in terms of self-care, you need to pay attention to your body. And I'll use this in the situation of working out. I have actually experienced something terrible that happened a few years back. I had gotten up. I was exhausted. I'm like, you know what? I should just not work out today. And I ended up I didn't go work out. I went for a run, and I had Gunnar with me, and I ended up tripping, and I ended up getting this big gouge in my knee. Not only that, when I got home, I limped all the way home. And when I got home, used the shower downstairs because I couldn't walk upstairs. I got out of the shower. I was so exhausted. I actually rolled my ankle. That was that big boot that you had, Courtney. That's what I had to use that for, because I rolled my ankle out. I had a high ankle sprain. Did you hear that?
What was that noise? It was like the winds of God came through my headphones.
I heard that too. I was like,
okay.
All right. Enough of me. Okay, I'm done speaking. How about one of you two?
Wait, pause. You used a boot. You used a boot for a sprained ankle?
I had a high sprained ankle, and I had to keep it immobilized.
But you already had the boot.
No, I had to buy it.
You bought a boot for a sprained ankle?
It was bad. I couldn't. It went up to my knee.
The sprain?
And it was, no. The boot. You asked me if I bought a boot. Listen to yourself. The sprain was very bad. My whole ankle was swollen, and I had to keep it mobilized, where you couldn't just wear, bandages around it. You had to keep your knee and your ankle like.
Say it again. Immobilized.
I feel like remember when I told you I sprained my ankle? I feel like, first of all, I was just like, I'm gonna be okay. It was swollen as heck, and I couldn't walk for days. But I was
maybe you should have seen. I saw a doctor, and the doctor gave me the boot. It's not like I just bought a boot just to buy a boot. It was black and blue, and it was swollen. I could not walk on it. I had I had to mobilize it.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What was the question?
Trust your instincts.
Don't buy a boot. Just walk
I did the rice ice hello? Rice
Yes.
ice compression elevation. I did all of those things.
Did
And
you
I
see a
worked from
doctor?
home.
Did you
No,
see
I
a
didn't.
doctor?
And then for my arm too, I haven't been able to move my arm in 4 days, and I'm finally able to move it. I was like, I'm not gonna go see a doctor. Like, it's fine.
No, mine was bad because I heard a big pop.
Same. I had to. I sat there for 5 minutes screaming. I thought I broke like the
You should have seen a
metatarsals or
doctor.
something. It was fine. I stumbled back home. I put some ice on it. Oh,
Okay.
hold on 1 second. I think he wants to be part of the podcast. Hey, you're part of the podcast. Say hello. He said, "Oh God." He said, "Let me get out of here, guys. I gotta go. Love you guys."
I can't even see who that was.
It was Trustin and Danny, the one we played.
Oh, Destiny
Our
with.
old friend, Trustin.
Trustin.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Trust in.
Yes. Okay, go ahead. Where were we at?
I was actually reading, and I don't know where or when I was reading this, but I remember reading it, that the human brain has the ability to piece together a lot of different information. And so sometimes when you have an instinct about something, it's actually your brain kind of connecting a whole bunch of dots to tell you, don't do this or do this. Usually it's not just like a random like feeling in the air, like, oh, my instinct is telling me I should do this today. Usually it's something that your brain is like piecing together to kind of give you that instinct. So I do believe
Yeah,
there's some scientific evidence to back up that gut feeling theory. But
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because your brain, we've talked about this before, your brain is constantly pulling in information.
right.
Whether or not you're aware of it or not, you are constantly pulling in information. So yeah, trust your instincts, or at least take a second to be like, let's think about this. And I would agree, just like you said, Mom, it's okay to take the cheat day. Like Caroline doing her workouts, I'd rather work out Monday through Friday, but she takes a break on Thursdays and it bothers me. But sometimes it's like, holy cow, like I actually need this day off. She's so right. Or like, maybe this diet, like maybe I need a day to just revamp or have like a cheat day. That's totally okay to trust your instincts. And this is totally random, but I think you guys are the only ones that will know. Do you remember playing Pokemon Puzzle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. When you were playing Rocket League, James at some point goes, trust your inner nature. Do you remember the random things they would say as you're playing?
Very random.
Okay,
But in
well, there's
those
that.
moments, that with that kind of a game, it's your brain is moving so fast, you're not really thinking.
Oh, I was you if you heard some of the things that they say now, you'd be like, oh my God, that's from that
Yeah.
game.
That's funny.
Trust your inner nature.
Jesse.
James.
Team Rocket, blast
Yeah.
off at the speed of light. Surrender now or prepare to fight.
Yeah, that's
Oh
right.
boy.
Off topic. Next one.
All right, are we done with trust your instincts?
I think so.
Trust him. Yes,
Your
trust
inner
instincts.
nature.
All right. Number 5, never speak badly about yourself.
Woof.
Oof. I agree with this. I think we've talked about this before, but if you talk bad about yourself, you're allowing other people to do so.
Yep.
You're setting up a path for yourself that is built for destruction. You're not setting yourself up for success. You're not believing in yourself. And every time you talk down to yourself, it's like, for me, you're metaphorically closing doors of all of the things that you had in mind that you want to do and all the goals that you have. When you're talking bad about yourself, you shut that door and you block that pathway from getting to that. So I would say, yeah, like learn to, it's a whole mindset thing when we've talked about, listen to episodes 1 through 10. But why are you talking bad about yourself? What's happening? What have you trained yourself to do that you constantly think bad about yourself and talk down to yourself and address that first? You should be your biggest fan. Like, you better get a girl. You better get a girl. Hey. That's my thoughts on that.
I don't even know. All right, number 6.
Wait, nobody else has something to add?
This is a big struggle of mine, is what I'll say. So, yes, I agree that this is something that is good for your self-care. That's what I think.
Okay, did I cover it all?
I will just say, like, I don't want to get so deep into it because I know that we're talking about you know, how to care for yourself. So I don't want to get into like my issues, but for me, I tend to talk like I'm very toxic to myself. It's
Toxic.
very bad. I am, but it usually falls in line with, and you're gonna yell at me, Britt, but my workout, my diet, how I'm feeling. The way I talk to myself is reflective of how I'm actually feeling physically.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when I'm feeling like, because the truth is, we just moved a month ago, and I haven't really. I'm constantly busy, up all hours of the night, working, doing all kinds of things. So I haven't made that time for myself yet to kind of get back into the swing of working out. And so I've gained weight. None of my summer clothes fit. I'm living in like whatever sweats. So it's like, I just feel bad about myself, about how I look, about how I physically feel. And so, what I'm trying to do, I haven't gotten to the place yet where I'm talking positively to myself, but I am in the place where when I start speaking negative about myself, I stop it and I just have no thoughts and I just like change the subject in my mind. Like, I'm like, okay, stop. I'll just think of something else. But I have to continue that journey and start to speak positive to myself, not just stop the negative thoughts. So, I'm aware of it. I am working on it, but it's a tough one for me.
So to that point, I think of Mel Robbins when she says, "No, I'm not doing this. We're not doing this." So when you start to talk badly about yourself, I think it's an opportunity, if you can, to do that Mel Robbins thing. No, we're not doing this, and then try and find things that you have done that are positive in that day. So, wow, okay, I might not have worked out, and okay, so I gained 10 pounds, but look at this. I've got my house is all set up. We're in my house now. Where we've been living out of other people's houses for 10 months, we're here now. And I have the opportunity now to make a home for me, my husband, and my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Or, whatever it might be. It might not necessarily be moving into a new home. Maybe it's, you haven't worked out, and you look at it from a different perspective in terms of, well, I've been spending my time doing this hobby, or I've been spending my time, learning how to play an electric guitar that I just got. I know, right?
You have plenty of books you need to go through
I
on
have
your.
books, but can you see my
You don't
guitar
have
there?
time for the electric guitar.
Look at that.
It came today. I'm so excited. My hands hurt. I was like stressed. Anyways, so yeah, I think when in order to practice self-love for yourself, right? When those situations come up where you start to talk badly about yourself, it really is maybe a bracelet. Switch a bracelet and say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
this is negative thinking. Let me try something else. Just to snap yourself out of it, because I think the more you do it, the more you're aware of it, that's when you can start to change things.
Yeah. I also think that I have to learn to love my body no matter what it looks like. I may not be
Mm,
happy with where I'm at physically, but I have to learn to love myself regardless of where I'm at physically. So that's my challenge, is how I look is very much tied to how much I love myself. And it's like a vicious cycle, because now if I don't love how I look, now I'm not gonna, well, whatever. I'm just gonna have that brownie at midnight because who the hell cares? I'm not fit right now anyway. So, and then it's just like
yeah.
that vicious cycle. So anyway, we can go on to number 6. Sorry.
No, we're stopping on this because I get what you're saying. A lot of people will say, learn to love your body and learn to love yourself. But like I have said in previous podcasts, until I started doing the work, I hated myself. Every time I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, you suck. You don't work out. You look terrible. You used to look better. You were weak. You were nothing. I would do that every time I looked in the mirror. So I think it's easy for people to say, learn to love the body that you're in, but it's very difficult to do that. So no, I agree with you. It's totally okay to think that. It's totally, maybe it's not, I'm using the wrong words. I'm with you on that we think the same way. I think though, something that you could do, like whenever you start feeling that way, just do a couple of squats like you used to do. Don't do a full workout. You know what I'm saying? Like just do a couple of squats or do some calf raises and just start whenever you just from what Mom was saying from that book. Every time you think that thought about yourself, do a couple of whatever you can, and that way you start training your body that when you start thinking those thoughts, you actually change it with actionable action. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But totally random, but also on topic. You were fully pregnant with Sammy and weighed less than me. You look good, girl. You still look fabulous.
You know what it is? It's the old clothes because I packed away all my clothes last summer when we left New York. And now, a year later, I'm unpacking them, putting them on, and they don't fit. So that's like an
Yeah.
in your face kind of, you've gained
Oh yeah.
weight. You are not small anymore.
Boo.
You need to buy bigger clothes.
Boo.
It's like every
Boo.
time I put something on, I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Why can't I gain weight in like my boobs or my butt? It's got to be in the belly.
Mm,
Sucks.
yeah.
That's just
Anyway,
the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
that song I know.
Some things will never change. Okay, I think we have one more.
One more, yes. Never give up on your dreams.
Never
I love that
surrender.
one.
Sorry.
What?
What did you say?
You said never give up, and I said never
Never
surrender.
surrender. Never give up on your dreams. What do you guys think?
Never
Mom,
give
you
up
should go
on your dreams.
first.
I agree. Go ahead, Mom.
Um, Never give up on. Yeah, I think it should be the thing that keeps you going. We talked, guys, about all the brews, right? I still have that vision in my head. We're not there yet, right? But I'm not giving up on that. I think it's what keeps you going. Our real estate business, it's stalled, but I have dreams that I am not going to be working. I'm going to be traveling as much as I possibly can. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think the time that you stop dreaming is the time. Okay, this is morbid, but you're done. You're dead, right? um, I know I'm repeating myself as far as it's what keeps you going. It for me at least it does. Um, I'm losing my train of thought here. So somebody
No,
jump in quickly.
I think you're totally on the right track. Like if you have nothing to live for, hope for, or dream for, that is like death almost. And when it comes to self-care, if you have dreams about self-care like we've talked about before, if the dream seems too grandeur and you can never make it there, like we've talked about, take that dream, break it down into actionable steps, and if those steps are too big, break those down even more and start knocking those checklists off. And soon you'll see that it is more easily done than you thought it was. And as soon as you start checking off those boxes, you're going to be reaching and stepping closer and closer higher to those goals and dreams that you have set for yourself. So never give up, never
Never
surrender.
surrender.
I think
Never.
the thing too, though, is that oftentimes people don't take that step towards their dreams because they're afraid. And when they actually start to take the step, it's like, oh my God, why didn't I do this earlier? Wait, it's nothing, it's in terms of what I was afraid of. So, yeah, sorry. I just wanted to add that in there too.
No, it's good. I think that dream for me, I don't, you really use the word dreams because for some reason I just liken it to like, when you're 4 years old and you're like, I want to be a unicorn, like I want to fly, be an alicorn. That's what I want to be. I think Emma told me like a couple months ago that she really wanted to be a Ninja Turtle, like an actual mutant. And I was like, well, that's not going to happen. But so I just like, I replace it with things I want to achieve, my aspirations. Makes it a little more realistic for me. And I think that depending on where you are in life, those can change. You can have long-term things that you'd like to accomplish someday, and then you'd like to have things that you'd like to accomplish within the next week, month, year. So I think it's good to have many different things that you're always trying to achieve. I think you're in a dangerous place when you feel content with where you are, where you don't have any motivation to do anything, learn something new, even if you don't have the money to go back to school, if you don't, whatever, have resources at the moment to accomplish huge things. I don't think we should still just be content with where we are. I think we should always be striving to be better, learning something new. The internet is at your fingertips. You can literally read and learn anything you want. So I would agree. Never give up on your dreams. Never give up on your the things that you aspire to become. But exactly what Brittany said, break it down into actionable actionable steps. And I think it's okay to be realistic with where you are in life. Like right now, if I want to go back to school and become XYZ, at this moment today, it's not reasonable. And if I do push myself to do it, what cost am I doing it right now?
Mhm.
Doesn't mean I can never do it. It just means that that's something I'm going to push for now, but I'm still going to keep it in mind. You know what I mean? So I think that you have to use wisdom. I think that you have to plan things right, all those things. I just, if you ever find yourself in a place where you're content and you have nothing that you want to do, then, that's not really the best place to be. So that's my 2 cents on
That's it. I love it. You guys, I have to pee so bad. I'm just gonna say that.
No, wait. No kidding.
We have to. Whoever wants to talk next, talk. I'm just gonna run away and pee, or you can wait for me.
Yes, I think that was it. I went, and then Courtney went.
Should
We're
we hang
closing
this
now.
on while
We're
waiting?
closing up.
Okay, I can do it. Somebody close us out. Here we go.
Hold it down.
Hold down the fort. I also really like these, Mom. I'm glad that you brought these up. And then next episode, we're going to be covering the last 6 of these of the 12 steps for self-care. I hope you guys are watching our YouTube channel. Who's closing this out, guys?
I can do that.
Okay.
I haven't done it in such a long time.
I'm sweating.
All right. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to be with us today. Check us out on YouTube, but please continue to support us, subscribe, and like our podcast, as well as rating us on Apple and Spotify. And if you love this episode, please share it on your Instagram stories and tag us at Wayward_lasses. Guys, if you're not following us on Instagram or on our YouTube channel,
Shame.
come on, there's so many things that we're doing now. We're spreading our wings. We're still giving you tips and tricks and short stories. Send us some love on our Wayward Lasses Facebook community page. And don't forget, if there's a topic you would love for us to cover, please email us at waywardlasses@gmail.com and our website, www.waywardlasses.com, where we've got our podcasts that you can listen to. We've got my blog. We've got a storefront there. We've got some resources there for all the past podcasts that we've done. So check it out there. And Courtney, why don't you close us out for the final words?
Look at Brittany's face. She's dying right now. Should I drag this out?
I'm dying.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Well, thank you guys again for joining us. Until next time, we are the Wayward Lasses, reminding you to keep it real.
Adios.
Bye, guys.
Stay classy.
Thank you
Thanks
for stopping by.
Go run and pee.
Yay.